The race for the biggest job in politics has started, and so far there are 11 MPs who have officially thrown their hat in the ring to become the next Prime Minister. To get their name on the ballot paper, they might need the support of 20 of their colleagues rather than 8 like it was last time. This is being decided at the moment. But once we know who's in the running, the candidates will need to be whittled down to a final 2, and this could happen as early as next Thursday before Parliament go on a break. So let's take a look at who is in the lineup. First up, Penny Mordant, the current Trade Minister and MP for Portsmouth North. She made history by becoming the UK's first female Defence Secretary in 2019. And here's something you might not know about her. She's also a former magician's assistant. Well, let's take a look at some of her campaign video, which she launched on social media.
Our leadership has to change. It needs to become a little less about the leader and a lot more about the ship. I'm Penny Mordant, and I'm ready to serve as the next leader of the Conservative Party.
Next up, Sajid Javid, the former Health Secretary and MP for Bromsgrove. Well, he launched his leadership bid by pledging to bring forward next year's planned 1p income tax cuts, cut corporation tax and fuel duty, and scrap the national insurance increase.
These are incredibly challenging times. The country feels very divided. We need leadership. We need someone who can help heal the country and bring people together.
Hello, my son, I love you.
I want people to take a fresh look at the Conservative Party. Because if we're going to win the next election, we need to look like change.
Best food, Mum.
Thank you.
I'm optimistic because I believe deeply in what this country is about.
I want to seize the opportunity to be the next Prime Minister because I believe I can deliver Brexit. I can unite the country. I know better days lie ahead.
Now, Rishi Sunak has also put himself forward, the former Chancellor and MP for Richmond. He's been a favourite to replace Boris Johnson after keeping the economy afloat during the pandemic, but had his reputation slightly dented when he was fined for breaching lockdown rules and some controversy around his wife's tax affairs.
Do we confront this moment with honesty, seriousness and determination? Or do we tell ourselves comforting fairy tales that might make us feel better in the moment but will leave our children worse off tomorrow? Someone has to grip this moment and make the right decisions. That's why I'm standing to be the next leader of the Conservative Party and your Prime Minister.
Nasuela Braverman is the Attorney General for England and MP for Fareham. She launched her leadership bid with promises to cut VAT on energy and has voiced criticism of the UK's net zero emissions target.
They want us to unite as a party so that we can look forward to deliver all of the great opportunities that Brexit has to offer everybody in the United Kingdom. They want us to take a firm line on illegal migration so that we can stop the boats coming across the Channel. They want us to help families with the cost of living through tax cuts and reducing state spending. And lastly, they want us to take a firm approach on identity politics. So we're not divided through race or gender, but we're united as Great Britons. And that's what I believe.
Up next, Tom Tuganat, a backbencher and MP for Tonbridge and Malling. The former soldier has served in Iraq and Afghanistan and has pledged to cut national insurance and fuel duty.
Britain, at its best, is low tax and high growth. So let's cut the tax on jobs and fuel and take the brakes off businesses and people across our country and help families. I have a vision and I have a 10-year plan. I will deliver.
Now, Liz Truss, who just announced today she would like to be in the running. She is the Foreign Secretary and an MP for West Norfolk. She's the second woman to lead the Foreign Office and was given much credit for helping to secure the release of Nazanin Zaghari-Ratcliffe from Iran.
I'm the candidate with a clear vision for the future, who can drive change and get things done. As Prime Minister, I will lead a government committed to core Conservative principles: low taxes, a firm grip on spending, driving growth in the economy, and giving people the opportunity to achieve anything they want to achieve, regardless of their background.
Grant Shapps also in the running. He's the country's Transport Secretary and an MP for Wayland Hatfield. He launched his leadership bid by pledging to bring forward next year's planned 1p income tax cut and spending.
My case is simple. I can plan.
I can deliver, I can communicate, I can campaign, I can help you win your seat.
Jeremy Hunt has also put himself forward, the former Cabinet Minister and MP for South West Surrey. He joined the government as Culture Secretary in 2010 and has also served as Health and Foreign Secretary. He's been here before. He came in the leadership, has remained an influential backbencher.
I think the two biggest challenges we face as a country now are the international crisis in Ukraine and an economy that may be about to go into recession. And I am the experienced former Foreign Secretary and someone who comes from a business background, who set up their own business from scratch, who will get the British economy going. And I think that's really what we need. I've got more experience as a Cabinet Minister than any of the other candidates, and I want to put that at the service of my country.
Well, other candidates, Kemi Badenoch, a backbencher and former software engineer who was elected to the London Assembly before becoming an MP for Saffron Walden. She's promised to cut taxes and is also sceptical of the UK's net zero emissions targets. Newly appointed Raymond Christie, the Foreign Office Minister, also entered the race on Sunday evening. Now, he might not be a household name, but the MP for Gillingham and Raynham has been backed as an MP to look out for since he joined the Commons when he was just 31. Nadeem Zahawi, the Chancellor and MP for Stratford-on-Avon, he came onto the political stage in a big way, earning his reputation as vaccines minister in the pandemic. He also founded the polling company YouGov, which at the beginning of the leadership race released figures that Ben Wallace was top of the polls to become the next PM. Well, he has, however, not put himself forward, along with Matt Hancock, Dominic Raab and Michael Gove, who have ruled themselves out of the leadership race.